Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have battle 2 of our Ardo set. Our opponent is using a Salamence, Espeon, Rotom Heat, Starmie, Swampert, and Hariyama. So a very scary team with a spinner, a rock setter, a lot of fast threats. Very offensive heavy team. Let's see if our team can go the distance with this one. We'll see, it looks like a good one. I feel like this will be a good one. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I mean, we got, what, one win last time? So, I think. I'm not too sure. I'm recording this on a different day. So, let's find out how this battle goes. Finally gets started, and Prescott sends out his Salamence, while I start off with Nero. So, this isn't really a good one for me. The only good part is that we know this Salamence is not Intimidate. It's indeed Moxie. So, take that how you will. We're not going to be at a -1 attack out of the gate. And I think we just opt to go for a U-turn because we know we outspeed Salamence. Swellow is a very fast Void, and yeah, why not? You know, it's obviously a Dragon Claw or some sort is coming our way because we know Swellow can outspeed our +1. So we U-turn and get the heck out of there. I think we go out in Alakazam next because we know we have the Sash. So out comes the Kinosaji, and yeah, up with a Dragon Dance. So +1 in attack, +1 in speed. So this Dragonite, this Salamence is very terrifying right now, but it's a good thing we have the Sash. And basically, I'm here to sack off the Kinosaji to basically do as much damage as possible to this thing and knock it out with a quick attack with Swellow. As you can see, of course, you know, Alakazam has no defenses, so we're going to be on 1. We have our Sash. Good thing we're Sash Alakazam and not Life Orb in this case. Dazzling Gleam still does a chunk of damage. If that was Life Orb, I think that would have killed. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But nonetheless, I think. Oh, here we're debating like, oh, okay, is he going to just use Earthquake, or can we preserve Alakazam, or is he just going to click Dragon Claw or Outrage? And I opt to actually just stay in and let Alakazam die here because it just didn't make sense. The risk was too high. You know, why wouldn't he? He doesn't know I have Quick Attack, but why wouldn't he just click Earthquake in that case, right? He knows he outspeeds Swellow at this point too, so we just opt to keep Alakazam in and get the safe switch in to Swellow while still is at 100% health and knock it out with a Quick Attack. Yeah, getting a little ahead of myself here, but yeah, we send out Swellow and we're just gonna click Quick Attack. He doesn't know we have Quick Attack because I don't think they commonly run Quick Attack. I think they have Protect instead, or Steel Wing or some sort. Yeah, Quick Attack's gonna come in and knock out Salamence. So I think that would. I don't know if it's. I don't think it would have mattered. I think if it could be Hasty Nature, is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know. Maybe Quick Attack does that much damage to Mence anyway. I don't know off the top of my head. But nonetheless, we're down 1 apiece. I knocked out Salamence, which is a big threat, and he knocked out my Alakazam, which is fine. I just have to be a little more careful now. Out comes this big physical wall in a Swampert, and we opt to go for the +1 Facade here. Again, Facade is with the burn, so it's Guts. It makes it a +1 attack. Facade goes from 70 to 140 base power, and it's Stab, so it's going to do a lot of damage. As you can see, this is a 2-ko on Swampert. And unfortunately, he does land Stone Edge and knock Swellow out. So that is very unfortunate. Swellow's not going to do as much work as it did the last game. However, we can send out Dragunov, I think, or Snorlax. I think we go into Dragunov here. Yeah, so we switch out into Dragunov, and we know we can knock out the Swampert with 1 Dragon Pulse. This is, I don't know, just judging from the damage when I play this, in my head I'm thinking, okay, that didn't do Swampert was able to take 1 relatively fine. So I don't know, in my mind I was thinking, is this a defensive Swampert? So that's why I sent out Kingdra just to use Dragon Pulse and knock this out. So I don't know, this could have been fully defensive. Swampert could just be that bulky. It is OU for a reason. But nonetheless, we do knock out Swampert, so knocked out 1 of his walls, and I believe he either goes in an Espeon or Hariyama here or something like that. I'm not too sure, I don't quite remember, but I do know it's one of those two. So out comes the Espeon, the shiny green Espeon. Look, if you're an Espeon fan, I'm just gonna shit on the shiny. Espeon looks absolutely ugly. That green S color, that looks very ugly on Espeon. I apologize. But we see here, Espeon is a screen setter. He's running a screen set, so probably what, Psychic and Dazzling Gleam here on his set. But yeah, I mean, we land the Dragon Pulse with the crit. It still lives. This is a bulky variant of Espeon. And because he outspeeds, there's nothing I can do to prevent him from getting up his light screen as well. So now we're in a situation where we have to deal with, essentially these Pokemon have +1 defense, +1 Spadef, which for my team that has to hit really hard, really fast, that doesn't bode well for us. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. So we knock out Espeon, and he has 3 Pokemon left: the Hariyama, Rotom Heat, and ooh, I don't remember the last one off the top of my head. I guess we'll find out soon, shall we? Anyway, though, out comes the Hariyama, and I opt to go for Focus Energy. I know I can live one of everything, and my job here was like, okay, because they're all bulky, I have to try go for the crits. So right now I'm at 99% chance, because Scope Lens plus Focus Energy is 33 plus 66, 99. Because he knocked off my Scope Lens, now I'm down to 66%. And sadly, even with all of these boosts, Dragunov's Dragon Pulse will not land that crit that we need, and it does nothing to Hariyama. So it was a high risk strategy. Odds were in our favor, but unfortunately not enough was in our favor, and we will lose Kingdra because of that. So we even up the scorecard, but it's okay. He's still getting some chip damage from that burn, which is very important. Because we don't have rocks either, we can't limit his switch-ins as well. I think we opt to go into the Hyuga here, just because we know we outspeed and close combat hurts like a truck. That Rotom does not want to take it as well. Electivire is lonely nature, I think, so it is minus defense, so it's not going to live one of any hit Hariyama throws at it. And so yeah, Hyuga is the best option. We also resist a close combat in case he opts to go for a close combat here as well, because it is resisted. Bug does resist fighting. So we just click close combat. We are Scarf. We know we outspeed anything. Comes in, and I believe Rotom comes out here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, out comes Rotom, and Rotom's gonna, you know, obviously get a lot of damage done on it. Fair chunk of chip. That's about 25%, maybe a little more. And a very obvious Willow or Overheat. We see the leftover, so we know it's not choiced in any way. Obvious Willow or Overheat or some type is coming our way, and so we just send out Buddha, to be honest, because Buddha is max Spadef, max attack, and Thick Fat. It's gonna eat Overheats for lunch. Snorlax is just so bulky, it walls this Rotom Heat. But of course, the downside is we run the risk of seeing a Willow, right? Easy, that's an Overheat, and that only did 33 damage. Pathetic damage. Pathetic damage. So yeah, Snorlax literally just ate that for breakfast. And I think we just go for Body Slam at this point. We are banded Snorlax now, so even with the Reflex and whatnot, it's still going to do a big chunk of damage. Look, he ate that Volt Switch at -2 too as well. That -2 didn't help it. Yeah, Choice Band Body Slam is going to do a chunk of damage regardless of that extra bulk from screens. And I mean, the fact that he also sent in Hariyama, he's also going to get extra damage from Burn. Look how much damage that did, plus the Burn. So we are trying to just slowly dwindle down this Hariyama at this point, because that Hariyama is his win con. And you can see we're going to switch out right into Hyuga, knowing we outspeed, and if he goes into close combat, we resist it. I also don't think why wouldn't he go for close combat. He'll knock out literally 2 out of the 3 Pokemon. Unless he runs Facade. Then yeah, then we're mega fucked. But nonetheless, we switch out because we need to preserve Snorlax to counter his Rotom. And we go out into Heracross next. So we draw Buddha and we send out Hyuga again. And you're going to see we can eat this close combat. Heracross, I don't remember the stat off the top of my head, but it has enough bulk to obviously eat this close combat +1 from Hariyama. It would be very unfortunate if this thing was actually like just sheer force or thick fat and it was at -1. But still, yeah, that just goes to show the power of that Hariyama. Reflect is down, So now we can just click any move for free and we will knock this Hariyama out. We do have to be wary of clicking Earthquake though, because Rotom still exists. What is in the back? Starmie's in the back. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. We are going to get a big chunk of damage for the Starmie anyways. The Starmie could be Sash for all we know. It could be a late game spinner. It could be lefties. Let's see. Lightning off. There's no lefty recovery, so it's not lefties. It could be Life Orb. It could be Choice. In my opinion here, I think we sacked off Hyuga here. Just because we know Starmie's run analytic boosted, and even though Snorlax is tanky, it's gonna take a big hit, and we don't outspeed Starmie as well. We want to preserve and knock out that Hariyama. So we opt to go for another close combat to get another chunk of chip before sending, so we can send in something for free, essentially, or for free at full, as healthy as possible. There you go. That's the right words for it. So we do a big chunk of damage. Obvious Psychic coming. That's going to knock out. Even if he went for Scald, that would have knocked out Hyuga because we're at -2 defenses now. So Hyuga goes down, and it turns out this Starmie was actually Life Orb, and he loses his Starmie as well. So it was a good trade-off there. So now he has Hariyama and Electivire left. Electivire, Rotom Heat left. In my opinion, I can go for whichever one I want, because I can essentially wall out Rotom Heat, and if he goes out into a Hariyama, I can knock it out with a Thunderbolt or a Cross Chop or a Flamethrower, whichever one. It didn't matter because Hariyama is desperately not healthy right now. So we send out Discord, and we are going to either force a switch or force him to use an attacking move. Again, Electivire does not have the best special attacking stat. It's 123 attack, but I think what, 90 or so special attack. So out comes Rotom Heat, and we Thunderbolt, and it's going to do a little chunk of chip on this thing. Any chunk of chip matters because Rotom is the annoying one on this team. Of course, we see the lefties, blah blah blah, and now we either go into Snorlax or we stay in. Now we go for Cross Chop here because in my mind I'm thinking the play is he's going to Volt Switch and send out Hariyama on my switch into Snorlax and just click close combat and win. My thinking was he was going to pull the double switch, send out Hariyama and just close combat free and win, because he knows he can wall my Electivire as well with the Rotom Heat. It's both ways, even though I have Cross Chop. So we stayed in, and that ended up being the case. We do have Cross Chop for this thing, so we are just going to click Cross Chop again. We know he's probably just going to go for Overheat or so. But again, Cross Chop is high chance to crit, so who knows, maybe we can knock it out actually with a crit. But we'll see. So here comes that Cross Chop. Still does a big chunk of damage, but no crit unfortunately, and he does land his Willow. So now we are rather forced to actually switch because we don't have Cross Chop or Ice Punch being as effective now because of that burn. So our move here is to actually switch out into Buddha, eat whatever Overheat or whatever malarkey he's going to throw at us, and just click Body Slam. If we do that successfully, we can win this game. Electivire still outspeeds Hariyama, and at the range it's at, with another chunk of burn damage, we can definitely knock it out with Thunderbolt. So out comes Buddha. We're going to eat an Overheat now. Yeah, we eat an Overheat. We've seen it do nothing before. It's going to do nothing again. And it obviously still outspeeds. The Rotom still outspeeds. But we can now click Body Slam. So we have to choose either to lose Hariyama or lose the Rotom. And we just click Body Slam at this point. He has to decide what he wants to knock out. So he Willows, not that it matters. His Rotom is in very low HP range, and we are banded. So effectively are at -1 attack. But that wouldn't matter anyway. That wouldn't matter too much. So if Rotom was healthy there, that would matter a lot. But yeah, we are very fortunate. We finally knocked out Rotom. And we know Hariyama outspeeds. So this is just a matter of time. This is GG right here. That was the GG good game ending move right there. Because now he's just another chunk of burn damage. He's in kill range for Thunderbolt. He goes for Fake Out. So he has 2 turns of burn on him, meaning Electivire Thunderbolt is now guaranteed to KO unless he has Drain Punch or some wacky shit on it. So obviously he's gonna click his fighting move now. I think he might have thought I would have switched, but I have no reason to switch. Here comes that knock off, so he does preserve his defenses, but he does take another 6% of damage from that burn, and he is in kill range of Electivire, and Electivire is just going to come in and win with Thunderbolt. And that will be the end of the battle. So I think that's 2 wins now. That's 2 wins under our belt. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying just this display of power and the struggle if the opponent's able to take the hit. That's the one flaw of this team. If I can't beat you fast enough and you take the hits, I'm going to be in trouble. We're going to have these long dragged out battles like these. Rocks would definitely be helpful with this team. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the battle. Please stay tuned for episode 3 of this set. We have more battles coming along the way, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye. Have a great day.